Adults of Australia, London is far away. We understand. Opportunities seem to be miles away. We don't want you to miss out. That's why we're bringing BWI intensives to you. Play! In partnership with Adult Ballet Centre, 2 levels, beginner and intermediate. Get the detailed feedback you deserve and desire. Learn more details than you ever had before. Coming to you January 2025. Grab your spot.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel with myself, Isabella. Before we begin, hit that subscribe button so you never miss another video. I'm joined here today by my amazing friend, Suvi, who graduated from the Vagana Ballet Academy with myself. We were in the same class, so she is a best friend for life. Today, we thought we'd do something super fun and try to trick each other out and find variations that we don't necessarily know that well, as well as the synopsis. So hopefully you'll learn something today, both about variations you're not so familiar with, along with the storyline. Because as I always say, we really need to know the storyline to the variations to really understand the role. So let's dive in. Let's say hello to Suvi. Hey Suvi,
hello.
How are you doing? Listen, I'm super excited about this.
So am I.
I'm really excited because I think there's probably quite a few that, you know, either we're not so familiar with, we haven't seen in years, but also maybe we've seen it but we don't know the story really about these really obscure variations. I'm really excited. We've picked 2 solos each, so now we're going to watch one each, and we're trusting each other now, because obviously when you send a YouTube video it says the name, so we're going to try really hard not to look and make it really truthful. So Suvi, do you want to go first?
Yeah.
So we're going to click at the same time so we watch together.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Clicking it, don't look.
Oh, I know the dancer already. That's Alicia Novikova, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh. So many jumps, I could never.
It's a nice variation. It's not so uncommon.
This is like, this was something butterfly. I recognize it from the headpiece.
She's getting it, guys. She's getting it. You have basically got it. It is butterfly.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, it is called the butterfly.
Oh!
Yeah. Keep watching it. I'll tell you a little bit about it whilst you're watching it.
Uh-huh.
So the butterfly was originally created by Marie Taglioni for her young protégée, the French ballerina Emma Livry. Or it might be Livry, but I'm pretty sure it's Livry. After Livry's triumphant debut in La Sylphide in 1858, a new star was born at the Paris Opera, and Taglioni, who had been invited to Paris to watch her perform the Sylph, took the young dancer under her wing. So she created this for Emma Livry. Then much later, Petipa picked it up and extended the ballet to 4 acts, adding more divertissement, and that's when it went into the Marinsky's repertoire, which is super interesting. A little bit about the synopsis. The title of the ballet was decided at the last moment. Marie Taglioni requested farfalla, which is the Italian word for butterfly. Roya, the opera director, preferred for the title Le Papillon et le Fille, the butterfly and the fairy. But those who were guiding Emma Livry's interests objected, arguing that such a title took the focus away from her heroine, which was Emma. After some discussion, he finally decided that the ballet would be simply called Le Papillon. And much later, obviously, it went into the Marinsky repertoire, and I think from there, that's why it's come out as this variation that everybody loves. So do you know it, Suvi? Have you heard of it before?
I mean, I've seen the variation, but I've actually never seen, or I haven't heard about the history of it, or which I've never thought about what ballet it's from actually.
Yeah, it's really cool. There's a lot of history to this, so I'll leave the link in the description where I'm reading from, which is all about the history of this ballet, because we often never know. We think, oh, that's a nice variation, but yeah, there's tons of history about this.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I think it's my turn.
It is. Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna first one. Oh, here we go. I'm really not gonna look.
Okay.
Ready?
Don't look. Yeah.
We'll watch it together.
Okay.
Okay. I'm really not looking.
Okay.
I'm really not looking.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it to full
Don't
screen.
look. Don't look.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm literally looking in the corner of my eye. Ah. Okay. I've seen this variation. Oh, you know, so many people have actually
Done it.
done this variation. Like I think Katya's done this. Katya in our
Really?
class.
I've done this variation.
Yeah.
I did this in
Have you?
Helsinki International Ballet Competition 2016, first round.
Oh. In terms of where it's from, though, you know,
Shall
reminds
I
me of-
tell it?
yeah. Go on, tell the history, because I've actually completely forgotten where this is from.
Okay, so it's interesting actually. I'm sure you've seen this a couple of times also, that they change sometimes the names to sound more or less Russian or more or less American or more or less European. So I don't actually know what the composer's
original.
real name is, because one source says it's Johann Armsheimer, and then the other one says it's I believe Ivan. So that's interesting. Basically, the world premiere was in 1896 in the Mariinsky Theater. And the original cast, this is interesting, is Teresa Pierina Legnani and Marie Petipa, who I believe is Petipa's sister, I suppose. Right. Or, yes. I believe so.
So variation from the Cavalry Halt.
Cavalry Halt, yes.
Yes, I've just looked because the variation is finished now.
Yes. So, here's the plot.
Okay.
In a small Austrian village, two friends, Teresa and Maria, are both in love with the handsome Pierre. In some versions, it said Peter, so here we go again. But anyway, a guy whose name starts with a P. He is flattered by Maria's interest, but his heart belongs to Teresa. A regiment of hussars, which I did not know what that means, it's apparently a soldier of some sort. So a group of soldiers arrives in the village, and they order for them to be able to settle in the peasants' homes to, rest and eat and stuff. Pierre says, no, you cannot, and he gets arrested. And then Teresa and her friends distract the soldiers so that they can save Pierre, because now he's been arrested. And meanwhile, all of them are trying to get Maria's attention. So Maria is trying to, flirt so that people can go and save Pierre. And Maria thinks this is very funny, and then Teresa and Pierre go to marry. Maria says, please don't marry them. And then one of the soldiers and gives his blessing to Teresa and Pierre. Soon the soldiers leave, and then all is well and happy.
I always feel like it comes down to love.
It does,
it's
very
always,
often.
So often. Yeah, it's always like there's a betrayal. Somebody loves someone else. There's always a love triangle.
Yep.
Very often.
Yep.
Yeah, varying love triangles.
Yes.
Amazing. It's a really nice variation.
It is. It's quite hard.
It is hard, yeah.
The interesting thing is I found it very difficult to find information about the choreographer, who it's by. And I still don't... I believe it's by Petipa, because I found one source that said it's by Petipa, so I believe it's by him. But I think that's interesting that there's, I found a couple of sources that were talking about this ballet, but they didn't.
Well, guys, let's ask you in the comments below. Guys. Is it Petipa? That's your task. The Cavalry Halt. Who is it by? It's your turn. We're going for link 2. So I'm going to click it as well so I watch with you. I'm excited. I actually love this variation, and I wish that more companies did this ballet. because I think it is so beautiful and so nice.
Okay.
Not saying anything else.
Okay. Wait, I need to.
Here we
Wait,
go.
hold on. I need to do this so that I don't look.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not looking. I'm not looking.
Yeah.
I'm not
Don't
looking.
look.
I'm
How
not
dare
looking.
you look?
I'm not looking. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, this is this is where, yeah, I know this one. God, what is this called? Something love. This ballet.
You're on the right track.
Is this Maria Koreva?
Yes. You can tell by her legs.
Something love. I actually, yeah. Tell
It is
her. Legend of Love.
The Legend of Love. She's got it, guys. Guys, she's good. So keep watching. I'll tell you a little bit about it. So The Legend of Love was the second ballet by the young St. Petersburg choreographer Yuri Grigorovich, staged at the now Mariinsky Theatre. And it was a ballet that was to change both his life and the destiny of Soviet ballet, as with the Stoneflower. So The Legend of Love is about, now what you're watching, the variation of Shirin, is, she's one of the lead roles, obviously, one of the protagonists. The characters in the Legend of Love, as it comes down to the book, is there's the proud, cruel and deeply passionate queen, now I hope I'm saying this right, Mekhmene Banu, who pays the price of her own unparalleled beauty to cure her dying sister. So Shirin, who you're watching here, she was technically dying, and so her sister made a deal to give her beauty up to save her life. Cool. So it's a really nice ballet. And there's, again, a bit of a love triangle. So the main male character in this is called Farkhad. So the queen, who is very proud, very passionate, and also quite cruel, is Queen Banu, who pays the price of her unparalleled beauty to cure her dying sister, and the artist Farkhad, who is captivated by the young and gracious Shirin, who you just watched Maria performing. And then the crowd scenes of processions and dances of courtiers are mixed with a truly tender duet between Farkhad and Shirin. The scene of Mekhmene Banu's pursuit of Farkhad and Shirin, who have fled the palace to save their love, is rhythmic and drama-filled, but the inner lives of the protagonists and the tortuous trials of the spirit that their love must endure are exposed in the trios of the entire 3 acts. The very end of the ballet, hope has brought the people to the mountains. If Farkhad accomplishes his task, their suffering will end. Mekhmene, however, is cunning. She promises not to part the lovers, only on the condition that Farkhad gives up his work, throws down his pickaxe, I hope I'm saying that right, and leaves with Shirin. Farkhad knows that this is impossible, as he cannot betray the hopes of the people. So the moral of the story, Shirin understands this too. They bid each other farewell, to part forever. Farkhad stays with the thankful people whose happiness is dearer to him than love itself. So there's a lot that happens, 3 main characters, sort of similar to like Nikia Gamzati solo, that kind of vibe. But what I love about The Legend of Love is the music and the diversity of variations. There's also not really there's not a tutu in sight. They're all in like these long, me and Suvi, I remember we actually did one of The Legend of Love variations in acting class.
True, we did.
Yeah,
do
it was the
that.
one that.
Oh yes. Oh gosh.
Da, da.
Yeah.
And I remember at the time when we were doing it, I was like, when we were first given it, I was like, I have no idea what this is.
Yeah, same.
And I need to look this up because,
yeah,
I have no clue. And we also did in acting class, and this was a variation I was going to show you today. I wasn't sure whether I would, was Shorelia. And I actually, do you remember, I actually did it in acting class with Zhenya.
I do remember.
And it was like the flapping one.
Yes.
The part, and I was like, I know I'm a bird. I know I'm a bird of some kind, trying to escape. But at the time, I was like, my Russian wasn't that good yet, so I was like, I'm not really sure what this is. I'm gonna have to research. But it was quite a challenge for me and Suvi because we were given these 2 two variations that we had literally no clue of this ballet whatsoever, like no idea where it's from. And I think that was the first time we were both like,
What's
we really
happening
need
here?
to know what we're
Yeah.
dancing, because it made a huge difference. I really felt like I can't.
Yeah, especially with this one, the music is so dramatic,
So strong.
so strong, that it's like, I really need to know what's happening here, that I can like...
Yeah. I mean, you know, it kind of reminds you that, technically speaking, when the music is very obviously the mood, you can somehow get away with it and kind of show the emotion behind the music, but you can never really get deep into a role or deep into the variation if you don't know the story. The minute we kind of did a little bit of research, it was like, oh, okay, I understand the background, I understand the intent of the variation. The variation we did there was probably the Queen's variation, because she's supposed to be cruel, passionate, everything she does is dramatic, whereas Shirin is much softer and, yeah, more elegant. Go on, what were you going to say?
Yeah, just that, like, because it's that one, it's a powerful music, but there are many reasons or ways to be powerful. Like, you could be, I don't know, angry, or you could be determined, or it just, you know, there are so many layers of powerfulness. What can that mean? So I think it's not enough to just be like, okay, well, the music's powerful, so I'm just gonna...
No, it's not enough, no. I also think this variation, or this ballet, was very ahead of its time, in the sense that a lot of it's in parallel, a lot of it's, like in that variation we're talking about, the Queen's one, a lot of it's kind of movements which, you know, the shaking and everything, it's very, very sort of unique to this ballet. Like, it's definitely not a Minkus Bayadere classical ballet like that. It's quite neoclassical in a way, especially with the leggings and the tights. But no, I really want more companies to do this because it's so amazing and beautiful. So wait,
yeah,
Suvi,
okay.
it's
If you know
turn,
this
no?
one, if you know this one, I am going to eat my hat, or yeah, I'm gonna eat my point shoe. If you know this one,
Guys, you heard it here first. She's gonna eat her point shoe. Guys, give this a like if you want Suvi to eat her point shoe. Okay.
Oh no.
Not looking.
Don't look.
Screen. Need to put full screen. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, I've never ever seen this in my life.
I knew it.
Is it something obscure from, like, the movement? The movement's really weird. Oh, it's quite difficult with the fouette. Is this you?
No.
Oh, God. For a second, I was like, hang on.
But actually, she is a Finnish dancer who graduated from Vaganova. Very talented Finnish dancer. Finja Rissinen.
Oh, right. When did she graduate?
23, I believe.
Oh, recently.
Yeah.
Whose class?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one.
Okay. Well, it's
She's
funny.
Very talented.
She reminded me of you. Like, literally, obviously, she's kind of in the background, but she reminded me of you, like, a lot.
She is much better than I have ever been. But, sure. I could manage this variation, but it wouldn't look that good.
Well, you're being modest. I think you'd be
let's
fine.
Let's just say it wouldn't look good.
No, it would. She's doing her... I have no idea where this is from.
Right? Okay, let me tell you.
It's quite difficult. Okay, go for it. She's just finishing up.
So...
Oh, no, there's still half an hour to go. She's still... Yeah, you tell us while we watch.
So this is called I don't know how to pronounce this correctly, ritornelle variation. And I will admit I had never seen this before either. And it was very, very hard to find any information about this. So I found one source that I'm not sure I can completely trust, but I believe this is a ballet in one act called The Grove of the Four Gods. And this ballet has not been staged for 7 decades, so it's not a common one. You can say that. And staged many performances there, so it's also possible that this has been first staged in St. Petersburg. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong, because I very well might be. He became the artistic director of the Tbilisi Opera and Ballet Theatre in 1972. Yeah, he died in 2008. I'll read you a little bit about the story. The story is set in the laurel forest by Mount Lycabettus in Athens, where 2 human girls make the statues of Zeus and Hermes come to life. Aphrodite and Ares, too, surrender to the joys of love. Cleon, the demagogue statesman of Athens, takes Zeus's place. Aphrodite's cuckolded husband imprisons his wife and Ares. Zeus restores divine order, rescues the lovers, recaptures his throne, and the grove of the four gods bursts into bloom.
Lovely.
Yeah, so there's a...
And she does a lot of fouettes.
She does.
Somewhere in between.
Yes. So I'm looking at, there's this like lovely little list of what, like the what is it called? The structure of the ballet. So there's an entree, main course. No, I'm just kidding. The entree is a lovely little...
There's an amuse-bouche.
Then there's a...
Let's amuse-bouches.
Yes. There's a... It says, a strict march and amusing variations. And after that, there's a sentimental waltzes, and then a first finale. After that, it's La Ritornelle and Allegretto. So I suppose this is where that variation comes in. After that, it's the song of the night. Then after that, it just says Prestissimo. After that, it says Intermezzo Moderato. And then it says second finale. So yeah, I thought this was a very interesting one, just because there's so little information on it. It's like, I've never seen this before. I've never heard this music before.
I also find it really funny how and really interesting how when at the Vaganova, when we were there, our eyes were open to a lot of variations we've never heard of or seen before. And obviously, she obviously was given this variation. I'm sure she's never seen this before either. And it's just so funny how these variations, they just bring them out of the woodwork and you know, and then we spent a lot of time working on them. But it kind of makes me think, God, there's so much, and so many ballets that we just have never seen before or that we're unfamiliar with because they weren't popular. Yeah, like even there's that variation which has kind of gone viral in the ballet competitions, which is the graduation ball. Have you it goes like literally when I went to Singapore, nearly every single student was doing this. It was the one that went
really. Oh, that one.
That one, and I'd never. That's really just become popular in the last 2 years. Like everybody's doing it. But I looked up the ballet because I was like, where is this from? And that's literally, it sounds like such a fun ballet. And I'm like, oh, it's literally girls graduating. And there's a ball, they've just graduated school. And there's a whole ball and they do loads of different solos. I think it's a one-act ballet. But I really wish, let's put the message out there, guys. Companies of the world, please restore these ballets and bring them back. And, the Mariinsky is really kind of spoiled with The Legend of Love and all these ones. I don't understand why others are not doing it. Maybe just because, it's very much in the Mariinsky heritage now and not many have done it. But, it's such a nice ballet. Yeah, guys, this is really so interesting. I've learned a lot.
Yeah, me too. When I was reading the plot, I'm realizing since I'm Finnish, I pronounce things like a Finnish way. So don't be alarmed if it sounds really weird. Like Zeus, I don't know if that's how you say it in like English way. Zeus, I think Zeus is.
Yeah, I mean, also, I'm very concerned. I'm saying Mechwana Banu wrong.
We are so sorry.
If anyone, that sounds so.
Yes.
So sorry. But we will leave the synopsises and the information in the description below, so you can also have a look and read for yourselves, because it's really great as students or just as ballet enthusiasts to educate yourself and to just learn more. You just feel like more enriched when you just know a little bit more. Like even just from talking with Suvi now about these couple of obscure variations, I just feel like I've learned a little bit more, and so we're always trying to learn. So yeah, it's been really interesting. Let us know in the comments below if you want a part 2, because I personally would love a part 2.
I would love a part 2 as well.
Yeah. So let us know if you got those variations right, if you knew those variations, and if you did know the solos, did you know the story? Because, you know, I never really knew the deep, in-depth stories of a lot of those variations at all. And the last one, I had no idea what that was. So yes, let us know if you'd like a part 2, and we'll definitely be doing more. So thank you so much, Suvi, for joining us.
Thank you. It was wonderful.
I will see you soon, guys. Bye. Students of Australia, we know London is far away. For the first time, BWI is coming to Australia and making an intensive with a difference just for you. Introducing the BWI Ballet Lab Australia. Prepare to really be taught in detail. The corrections and feedback you've always wanted. 2 levels for juniors and senior students. In-depth lessons, detailed training, personal feedback, mentoring, confidence building, advance your technical and artistic skills. The Ballet Lab is designed to be a safe space. No competition, no competitiveness with others. It's a chance for you to experiment, try new things, make mistakes, and improve and become a better and smarter dancer. We want you to really feel like you can unlock your potential with us. I can't wait to work with you in the studio. Grab your spot. Let's get going.